Here is another movie review from us. Before I begin, I would like to ask everyone to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell button to receive notifications. It's going to be a fascinating video, so pay attention. Hospital in Tokyo. The movie begins. Wataru Kevin Akiyoshi, whose father was away, was pushed from a rooftop, and his father, Yuichi Kimura, is by his bedside. The senior Hiroyuki Sanada, Yuichi's father, enters and reminds his son that dads are expected to defend their families. Yuichi sets out to find the person who injured his son. An assassin named Ladybug Brad Pitt is returning to work after a leave of absence. Since he doesn't think he's lucky like Ladybug's off in art, he finds the name amusing. He is also standing in for another sick assassin carving. In a conversation with his controller, Maria Beetle Sandra Bullock, Ladybug is given the task of boarding a bullet train from Tokyo to Kyoto. His assignment is to locate a briefcase with cash inside and a train-themed sticker on the handle. Yuichi bumps into Ladybug as he crosses the street, causing him to drop his train ticket and a key to a locker. Ladybug discovers a gun in the locker after breaking in, but he chooses not to grab it despite Maria's urging. Twin brother assassins Tangerine, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Lemon Brian Tyree Henry are traveling on the train. One was an innocent bystander who happened to be present at the wrong time and place. Yuichi boards the train after discovering a tip regarding a water pusher. He is thrown by an assassin known as the Prince Joey King, who assumes the identity of a young girl to deceive people about her actual motives. Yuichi was the one who gave Lemon and Tangerine the briefcase, so when he wakes up, she tells him that she used water to entice him to her. Prince has also modified a gun such that when the trigger is pressed, his skull would explode. Yuichi is coerced into cooperating by Prince, who warns him that she has a goon waiting for him at the hospital who would kill water if he doesn't hear from her soon. When Ladybug finds the briefcase, the conductor, Masioka, informs her that he must exit the train at the first station because he didn't have his ticket with him. Before leaving, he is discovered by the Wolf Evil Bunny, another assassin. A flashback reveals that Wolf rose through the ranks of the cartel under the leadership of El Saguaro Julio Gabe before meeting and marrying Andrea Munoz. El Saguaro and the Wolf's wife were among the poisoned guests at Wolf's wedding though. Before Wolf's dagger bounces off the briefcase and pierces his heart, killing him, the two are fighting the bar car. Ladybug calls Maria while dressing the Wolf's wounds. She tells him that while he was serving drinks at Wolf's wedding, the tequila was poisoned by a boomslang snake that was taken from a Tokyo zoo and is now on the train. The briefcase is missing, and the son has also been poisoned to death as Lemon and Tangerine find. Before leaving to look for Ladybugs, they clean the blood from his face and cover it up. Lemon and Ladybug cross paths in the silent automobile, and Ladybug knows him from a work in Johannesburg. They clash while Ladybug tries to neutralize Lemon. In the end, the Ladybug knocks the Lemon out and puts sleeping powder in his water bottle. Ladybug then exchanges outfits with another passenger, Channing Tatum, and resumes her conversation with Maria. She informs him that the White Death has hired another assassin on the train who is being battered by the Hornet Daisy. Tangerine must briefly disembark at the following stop to meet with the White Death scoons and reassure them that the task is proceeding as planned. Tangerine encounters Ladybug and confronts him, thinking that Ladybug poisoned the kid of White Death. The two nearly flew out of the train before dragging themselves back in when Ladybug opened an emergency door. White Death notifies Tangerine that he will kill everyone on the train if they do not arrive with the son and the briefcase. By posing as brothers and using a different briefcase, the two try to trick the men of the White Death, but Ladybug opens it accidentally, blowing their cover and causing them to run back into the train. Tangerine is then expelled from the train by Ladybug before it resumes its journey. When Lemon encounters Yuichi and Prince, he realizes that neither of them are acting honorably. Yuichi is shot by a lemon, but he is aware not to trust the Prince. Sadly, he drinks the laced water and perishes. Prince, who is unconscious, shoots Lemon in the chest before locking him and Yuichi in the restroom. Hornet, who had been pretending to be an A9 character on the train before changing into the attire of the concession girl Karen Fukuhara, runs across Ladybug. She took the zoo's boomslang snake and used its venom to kill her victims by congealing their blood and causing them to bleed profusely. As a pastry cook who was also there at the wedding, Hornet poisoned everyone. In order to get her money, the Hornet is being attacked by the Ladybug. She tries to inject the venom into him with a syringe, but he only receives a light jab before injecting the remainder into her. Ladybug steals the anti-venom from the Hornet before she can apply it, then watches her crawl away to perish. When Tangerine discovers Lemon's body in the restroom, he sets out to identify his killer. He speaks with White Death once more, who claims to have purchased every last ticket to Tokyo so that there would only be a small number of passengers on the train. When Tangerine runs across Prince, he almost falls for her until he notices that Lemon left a sticker of the Thomas character Diesel, letting him know that she was a villain. The battle between Ladybug and Tangerine ends with Ladybug shooting Tangerine in the neck, forcing him to bleed to death before he can notify Ladybug about the Prince, stopping Tangerine from killing the Prince. At the following stop, Ladybug tries to get Prince off the train, but she purposefully keeps them aboard aboard by deceiving him with her innocent act. The elder then gets on the train because he heard the prince on the phone and realized something wasn't right with it. He waits to sit close to Ladybug and Prince until Ladybug runs away after being bitten by the boonslang snake. The elder confronts the prince as her goons prepare to poison the water, but the elder was ready for this. He had his own nurse assassinate the prince's man before he could even touch water. Ladybug comes back as the prince flees. He is given the impression that everything happens for a purpose after the elder tells him that the Ladybug thinks he is unfortunate. He also recounts how, prior to White Death betraying them, he was Menejoshi's first confidant and how he has promised to exact revenge on White Death for the passing of his wife. Upon awakening, Yuchi and Lemon discover that Lemon was donning a bulletproof vest. He becomes furious upon learning that Tangerine has died and attempts to attack Ladybug, but Yuchi and the elder order them to cooperate as they get ready to fight White Death. White Death is getting ready to embark when the train reaches Kyoto. When the prince confronts him, he reveals that their relationship is father and daughter. Since he preferred his son, she wanted to catch his attention. She tries to get him to shoot himself with the rigged gun, but he just turns around and goes away. While White Death spoons attempt to open the rugged briefcase, the others confront him outdoors. Then White Death says that everyone aboard the train was there as a result of his planning. He sought retribution for the passing of his wife, Johanna Watts, who was murdered in a vehicle accident that was actually an attempt at his assassination. On a mission in Bolivia, Lemon and Tangerine killed White Death's men, and he gave them information on more assassins. He also didn't care for his son because his wife had died trying to save him from his misdeeds once more. Because she poisoned the surgeon who might have been able to save his wife, a hornet was drawn there. Finally, he comes to the conclusion that Ladybug, not Carver Ryan Reynolds, was behind the attempted murder. He made a wager that each assassin would turn on the others. The briefcase then detonates as Lemon starts the train. White Death and his goons hunt Ladybug as he retraces her steps. While Ladybug and Lemon fend off the thugs as the train rushes out of control, the elder battles White Death there. Ladybug tries to apply the emergency stop as they kill the henchman. He ends up flinging himself and the remaining henchmen out of the train as they pass over a bridge. The elder uses the opportunity to impale his enemy nearly to death before the White Death can kill him. The train then smashes into a town after derailing. White Death tries to kill Ladybug as the remaining soldiers exit the train, but he grabs the rigged gun and blows half of his own head off instead. When Prince attempts to kill Ladybug and the chimeras, she is struck by a Tangerine truck. Then Maria shows up in person to save Ladybug as he separates from the chimeras. He has adopted a cheerful attitude on life and thinks he is very fortunate. That is, until a telephone pole collapses over Maria's car and forces them to walk. Beginning with the opening titles, we learn that Lemon survived his fall from the train and had taken over the Tangerine truck in order to run over Prince and get revenge on Tangerine. Thanks for watching.